Okay, we're back. Let's see how today goes. I awaken to a soft light. The steady hiss of the rain has long faded. Although the sky is still overcast, enough sunlight filters through the gray clouds to rouse me from sleep.
おはようございます、遠野くん。昨夜はぐっすり眠れましたか？
はい。おはよう先輩。
And then it all comes back to me. I spent last night on Ciel's bed in Ciel's apartment. The night's sleep must have done me some good because I shoot straight out of
お
bed.
はようございます先輩。昨日はありがとうございました。いろいろお世話になっちゃって、
はい、一つ貸しにしておきますね。
Ciel keeps smiling her usual smile, completely indifferent to my panic. My cheeks burn redder than ever. It's clear which of us is handling this situation like an adult.
じゃあ一つ仮ですね。もし俺に返せる時があるのなら、その時は必ずお返しします。
I have no way of knowing what the future holds, but if I'm lucky enough to have the opportunity, I want to make myself useful to her in some way, no matter how small.
俺、そろそろ帰ります。雨も上がったし。
あれ？そうなんですか？まだ朝の6時になったばかりですよ、遠野くん。
そうだけど、昨日は無断外泊しちゃったから、早めに屋敷に戻らないと、アキハになんて言われるか。
アキハ。ああ、妹さんのことですね。昨日電話しておきましたから、そのあたりのお話は大丈夫だと思いますよ。
A sudden chill runs up my spine.
電話したって、先輩がうちに。
はい。遠野くんがうちに泊まることを伝えておかないと、ご家族の方たちが心配すると思って。ご迷惑でした？
And just a reminder, this is like basically the second day, I think. Wait, is it the second day? Let's see. Wait a second. One day. Like the first day you didn't really do anything. Second day. Second day. Yeah, second day. The second day was where it was kind of more of a normal day. And then the third day, okay, you talk to her like casually in the morning, and then the worst day ever happened basically. And then today's the fourth day. Okay. Yeah, so basically one day. I mean, it depends how you view day one, but yeah.
いや、それは。
My voice wavers as the horror of the situation dawns on me. I mean, we're already gonna forget the part where you're guilt-ridden about killing somebody? Oh, but Akiha's gonna kill me now. Ciel called my house and told its tyrannical mistress that her brother was going to spend the night with a teenage girl in her apartment.
困る。それはすごく困る。昨日とは違う意味で死んだ方がマシかもしれない。
遠野くん、私の部屋に泊まったこと、そんなに嫌だったんですね。
あ、いや、そういう意味じゃなくてですね。うちの家は時代錯誤というか、とにかく決まりが厳格なんです。俺が先輩のことを嫌がったわけじゃなくて。
Actually, you did. You literally could have told the sister immediately, and then the sister could have came and picked you up. So, what time did you? I guess the bigger question is, what time did she call the sister? I guess.
いいです。言い訳なんかしなくても。
Man, she barely talked right there. It felt like all she said was, "No, it's all right." But then she said the whole other sentence too.
私、やっぱりおせっかいでしたよね。あと夕ご飯、コンビニ弁当は女子力低すぎでしたよね。
Ciel looks sadly down at her feet. Over the past few hours, she's become someone special to me, someone I deeply respect. Seeing her like this is the last thing I want.
本気で違います。おせっかいなんかじゃないです。俺は本当に感謝しています。先輩が介抱してくれなかったら、俺はまた間違えるところだったし、コンビニ弁当もありだし、ベッドは緊張したけどすぐ眠れたし、今だってその先輩の顔が見れて嬉しいし、気持ちがめちゃくちゃ楽になってるんですから。
I blurt out everything that comes to my mind, and then I notice a twinkle in her eye.
はい、そうですね。遠野くんはいつもの調子に戻ってくれました。昨夜は何があったのかは知りませんけど、こうして元気になってくれて嬉しいです。
She giggles her puppy dog eyes from moments ago She giggles, her puppy dog eyes from moments ago nowhere to be seen.
シエル先輩。
冗談ですよ。私だって遠野くんのお家に直接電話なんかしません。乾くんにお願いして、昨夜遠野くんは乾くんの家に泊まったという電話をしてもらったんです。
I'm a little confused now. Why did she joke about that? And then why did she actually call Arihiko? Like, I don't know how she views what just happened, but the reality is that our main character sort of attempted suicide, and instead of telling their parents or family or whatever, you decide to call their friend to cover for them. I don't know about that one. It's also weird because it's like he's like extremely distraught and extremely weakened and stuff, and he has medical conditions, and you didn't bring him back to his house because why? Like like yeah, you can say, oh, it was late and it was rainy, sure, but like, you know, that should be up to Akiha or, you know, the family, because again, as far as we know, Ciel doesn't know about the parent situation, as far as we know. So that should be up to the parents to decide how bad the situation is, not Ciel just going, it's fine, just tell his friend that they're sleeping with him. Like, what?
よかった。それなら問題はないですけど、先輩、冗談きつすぎですよ。今のは本気で心臓が止まるかと思った。
Yeah, I don't get it.
はい、私割と意地悪なんです。ほら、好きな子っていじめたくなるじゃないですか。それと一緒です。
Their crush? Hang on, is she saying...
でも、確かにお家には早めに帰った方がいいですね。ちょっと待ってください。
Ciel hands me a neatly folded shirt.
はい、どうぞ。朝のうちに洗っておきました。上着の方は乾ききっていませんけど。
Do they not have dryers?
そうか。参ったな。何から何まで本当にお世話になりっぱなしで。
いいえ、これも役得です。弱気な遠野くんに頼ってもらえてラッキーでした。
I know she's only trying to make me feel better, but I'm just happy that she cares. Take the shirt, step into the bathroom for a moment to change, then hurry to the door.
それじゃあ行きます。
I guess I'll head out then.
先輩、昨日は本当にありがとうございました。先輩が言っていた通り、俺に何ができるかはわからないけど、自分なりに償いってやつを真剣に考えます。
はい。それでは学校でお会いしましょう。
She sees me off with a smile. This very well may be the last time I'll ever see it. Someone is sure to have found the woman I killed by now. Perhaps the police are already at the mansion waiting for me. Why? What? How would they find out That you killed her. What? What are you talking about? Even if she was dead, how would they find out who did it? Especially in less than a day. Become what may, I'm done with running. In my heart, I thank Ciel for her smile, then set off for the Tono mansion. Well, Akiha is certainly going to treat us differently at this point. Or maybe she softens up quicker? Depends if she recognizes that we were sick or whatever. In brief, the mansion is the same as ever.
おかえりなさいませ、四季さん。雨に降られるなんて昨夜は災難でしたね。
Gohaku's cheerful smile greets me as I enter the lobby.
ただいま。琥珀さん。
ええ、朝ごはんですね。すぐにお支度しますから居間で待っていてください。明葉様も先ほど済ませたばかりですよ。
I forget exactly what Akiha's schedule is. It's something crazy, but like I still thought that she maybe gets up at 5, but I thought she eats at 6. Oh wait, no, that's right. By this point though, it's like 6:30, so maybe it is realistic. Okay. So because it's weird, like she eats at 6, and then like okay, maybe takes half an hour, maybe more, and then like she has tea for like 30 minutes, something crazy like that. With a patter of footsteps, Gohaku bustles away into the west wing where I recall the kitchen is located. Sunlight streams through the windows. The faint sound of birdsong drifts into the empty lobby. Things shouldn't be this calm. There's no sign that anyone has ever even heard about yesterday's murder, let alone that the police have come by. I decide to head back to my room and change. And also, by the way, why would somebody discover the body within less than 12 hours? And even if they did, how would the police already know exactly where to go? It's so weird that he's saying this. like, okay, dude, like, first of all, she was on a floor all by herself. You know that was the only room. And then on top of that, okay, she got cut to pieces. I guess, like, theoretically, there might be a maid, but a maid wouldn't even, or, you know, like, or whatever, a cleaning person or whatever. Like, maybe, but, like, they wouldn't come until, I don't know, like, 10 a.m. at the earliest. Probably more like 2 or something, maybe even. If ever. Very weird. I guess we'll see where this heads.
おはようございます、四季様。お帰りになられたのですね。
ああ、ついさっき帰ってきた。
Hisui is already in my room. Judging from her position by the windowsill, I'd guess she was letting in some fresh air.
翡翠、悪いんだけど、替えの上着ってあるかな。今着ているの、昨日の雨で濡れちゃって。
かしこまりました。すぐにご用意いたします。
Wait, so did he wear the soaking jacket over? Whatever. With a bow, Hisui leaves to find a replacement. I enter the parlor to find Akiha sitting on the sofa, wearing an expression of quiet vexation.
あら、おはようございます、兄さん。
At least maybe this time, maybe we won't get some condescending, uppity bullshit from her, but I don't know, we'll see. Depends what her assumption of what's going on is, I guess. Then again, she probably just thinks like, how dare you hang out with your friend for the night instead of coming home, and maybe that's it. Even though, like, you should think like, hey, he felt sick, and oh, that's right, she underestimates how sick he is, which is another weird thing. Like, I know he downplays how sick he is, but it's still like really weird that it's like, yeah, sometimes I might faint. It's like, what? That's a really big deal. Like, yeah, you know, maybe it's not once a week, but twice a month, and then, you know, everything new happening, it's more likely to happen. It's if anything, it's weird that they don't have that they don't just drive him over to his school. But he would probably just say no.
いつの間にかお帰りになってたんですね。
There's no missing the trace of venom in her voice.
おはよう、アキハ。朝から機嫌が悪そうだな。
ええ、兄さんが頻繁に外泊をされる方だとは知りませんでしたから。機嫌を損ねているというよりは呆れているんです。
I stand corrected. That's more than a trace. I'm being openly scolded.
まあ、体調を崩したのなら仕方がありませんけど。乾さんという方は中学校からの友人なんですね。
Now there's a name I never thought I'd hear from Akiha's lips. Arihiko must have actually come through for me. But at the same time, I have this bad feeling. I can only hope he didn't say anything stupid.
まったく。徒歩のくせに傘も持っていないなんて。
You know, it's funny that she says that because it's like, wait, I don't think he took an umbrella with him ever in the first route. I think.
その上、川に流れていた子猫を助けるとか、ケーキ屋で泣いていた子供を助けるとか、喫茶店で起きた窃盗事件を解決するとか、どこのミステリ小説ですか？いえ、子猫を無視できなくてつい助けてしまったというのは兄さんらしくていい話ですけど。
Okay. I'm just trying to absorb what I'm reading here. It's just like, you are correct. He is kind of likely to help a kitten in need. It's just kind of weird that, like, that she acknowledges that. But then, like, also Arihiko throwing in the bakery and the robbery. Like, why'd he do that?
Yeah.
Did Arihiko just cobble together a bunch of recent headlines from the local news? Trust him to come up with such a shoddy cover story. Then again, Akiha seems to have bought it, so maybe basing it in fact lent some realism to the details.
大体ですね。学校を早退されるのなら連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えの車を送って差し上げたのに。
And that comes up way later.
何に遠慮しているかは知りませんが、兄さんは遠野家の長男だと言ったでしょ。使えるものは何でも使ってください。そうでなくても兄さんは人より体が弱いんですから。
I would like to mention that when we get here, we are not told much about what the heck is happening. And when she says, make full use of our resources, he has no idea what their resources even are. And of course, I don't either. So it's like, how dare you not use our resources? It's like, what resources? Like, okay, yeah, fair. Well, actually, no, we don't see the car ever. Like, I know Akiha gets driven every single day, but, like, we don't even know who drives the car, or where the car is stored. Like, so we don't really think of the car, like, ever. And, what other resources are there? I don't know. I mean, they got money, but, like, you know, I don't think Shiki really knows how to use the money in an advantageous way. You know, he's just a normal kid at the end of the day.
昨日は突然の雨でしたから気圧の変化もあったのでしょうけど、あれぐらいで貧血を起こすなんて話になりません。一度主治医に見てもらうにしても、登下校は車で送らせた方がよろしいのではなくて。
大丈夫。
Yes, sir.
アキハが気にするようなことじゃない。ちゃんと週1で病院には通ってるし、毎日車で送られたらそれこそ体が鈍るだろう。
That's true though. He would only get weaker. But also, he already gets weekly checkups? Where? I don't remember that ever happening.
心配してくれるのは嬉しいけど、俺のことでそこまで神経質になるなよ。
そうですか。兄さんがそういうのでしたら無理には進めません。それと訂正しておきますが、私が心配しているのは兄さんの体ではなく遠野家の長男の健康ですので。
Akiha coolly shoots me down. I'm tempted to point out that those two things are one and the same, but swiftly think better of it.
チキさん、朝食のお支度ができました。
Wait a second. Making as much noise as possible. I'm trying to drink just generally more when I do these streams. Got a whole bunch of honey just for this. Ooh. Hopefully it lasts 3 months or something. I guess we'll see. Gohaku's cheerful voice echoes across the lobby from the dining room. Though we still aren't on good terms yet, my morning talk with Akiha is over for today. I think they are on good terms, but okay.
もうすぐ行かなくちゃいけないし、手早く飯食ってくる。
Well, that's right. He didn't eat anything the night. Or no, okay, he did eat some, but.
兄さん、その乱暴な言葉遣いはやめてください。あまり改めてくださらないようでしたら、当主として命じることになりますから。
Her graceful lips form a small pout. That childish sulk, so at odds with her words, hasn't changed one bit over the years.
よし、元の調子に戻ってきたな。やっぱりアキハはそうでなくっちゃ落ち着かない。俺のことなんか心配しないでいいから、これからは気楽にしてろよ。
しつこいですね。私、兄さんの心配なんてしてません。
Akiha scowls and looks away. I glance back at her fondly as I walk out of the parlor. And he doesn't even eat that often, so it's kind of weird that they didn't actually mention what the food was. Hisui sees me out as I leave for school. She hands me my bag, pauses for a moment, then hesitantly opens her mouth.
出過ぎたこととは存じますが、質問をお許しください。昨夜はどうなされたのですか？
別に何もないよ。雨に当てられて貧血を起こしただけ。これからは気をつける。
責めているのではありません。ただ、今朝の四季様はひどく無理をしているように見えます。どうかみちみちお気をつけくださいませ。
She bows a deep farewell. I've managed to act naturally enough to fool Akiha and Kohaku, but not Hisui, it seems.
気遣ってくれたのかな、翡翠。
She's hard to read at the best of times, but I can tell she's concerned about me. I thank her in my heart of hearts as I wave her goodbye. This is the last time I'll ever see this site? What the? My homecoming only lasted for 2 days in the end, but I should be great. Oh, right. He keeps thinking that he's going to get taken away by the cops. I don't know why, but I should be grateful for the time I've had. If this stay of execution can last a little longer, I want to go to school and see my friends and teachers that final time before I have to leave them all behind. If I can say one last ordinary goodbye, if I can live out one last day with no regrets, that will be a better ending than I deserve. Oh my gosh. It's just, I keep getting thrown off by him being like, well, I'm going to go to the electric chair. You know, that's what happens. And it's like, what the heck are you talking about? My inner turmoil, notwithstanding, this morning is the same as any other. More and more school uniforms dot the streets the closer I get to school. So I assume he's going to still run into her. My legs feel like they're going to quit at any moment, but I force them to keep walking. My guess is that he starts to running away from her, from Arcuid, but then he runs into Ciel. And then Arcuid doesn't want to deal with Ciel, is my guess. I pass through the station square and continue towards school. I know this route well. I've walked it for 2 years. The school gates are just on the other side of this crossing. The light turns red, so I stop at the curb. I can see the school's perimeter wall across the street. Protect, stream of students for the gate. But then I see that girl. There's no one but Soya High School students on the street at this time of day. At least there shouldn't be. Yet through the rush of passing cars, I catch a glimpse of white. Oh my gosh. What? It's her. Ethereal white, undeniable, golden hair shimmering like the sun, long thin eyebrows framing crimson eyes. Though I've only ever seen her once before, I could never mistake her. But this isn't possible. Yesterday I dismembered her with my own hands, tore her to pieces, rendered, I thought it's rendered, but okay, rended her to chunks of bloody flesh. So why? Why is this creature, woman I murdered, so alive and whole and beautiful? Traffic light turns green. The students surrounding me start to cross the street. I'm the only one who hangs behind, standing motionless on my side of the road. She sits there on the guardrail, casually swinging her legs back and forth. It almost seems like she's waiting for something, or someone. I have no way of telling how long she's been waiting, but her expression is relaxed and unassuming. Is she really waiting for someone? Her restless movements betray a nervous excitement, as if she were waiting on a lover. Hold on, she's waiting. Who is she waiting for? Isn't it obvious? Isn't it incredibly obvious? I'd do the same. Anyone would. If I were killed by someone, if I could, I'd go straight after the person who did it. I've got a terrible feeling about this. I forget how she ended up finding where he was. Maybe the uniform? I don't remember. A chill crawls its way up my back like a centipede. Feels as though my spine wants to burst out through my mouth. The woman in white looks my way. Our eyes meet. We're thinking the same thing. Everything is exactly what I was afraid of. No, this is all just a coincidence. It has to be. There's no reason to feel like this. We've never met. No connection exists between the two of us. She's just a stranger that looks like her. She's got to be waiting for someone else. The only other explanation is that this moment I'm experiencing is a nightmare. If it weren't, then there'd be no way a dead person could be alive and walking around. Not after being dismembered like that. So why? Why is she looking at me with that wicked smile on her face? That satisfied grin of someone who has just spotted their killer. As if to say, I've been waiting for you. The woman pushes herself off the guardrail and raises her hand in greeting. She lightly brushes her hair back as she turns to face me. It's just a bad dream. The traffic light blinks red. The woman waltzes through the oncoming traffic without even flinching once. She's less than 3 meters away now. I don't know whether this is a dream or reality. I shout at her, but it changes nothing. I've got to escape. I have to get away from the woman in white. I run with all my might. Without a shred of shame or concern for my reputation, I run, pushing and shoving my way through passerby as my feet strike the pavement. My breast grows ragged and my heart pounds and screams for me to stop. But I can't stop running. My face must look unrecognizable, etched with such exhaustion and pain. My vision gets distorted by the tears stinging my eyes. My throat burns, my lungs squeeze and twist to wring out my breath. I'm shaking uncontrollably. It feels like the tendons in my hands might tear from the convulsions. My feet hit the ground haphazardly, legs moving throughout the time to think where they land. Each step sends a numbing shock up my thighs. That's fine, even if my legs tear themselves to shreds, that's fine. Just, if I stop running here, I might lose my mind. I look over my shoulder. I can see the woman in white casually coming my way. All doubt vanishes from my mind. She's following me. The woman I killed is following me. That alone is plenty of reason for me to lose my mind. My heart feels like it might explode, but I ignore it and keep running. Whenever I look around, she's still there, sauntering behind me as if she were taking a simple stroll, while I keep fleeing with all my might. I tilt my head to the skies. My arms feel heavy. All sensation has long abandoned my legs. I'm running faster than I ever have in my life, so why can't I shake her? Why can't I outrun her leisurely pace? I'm completely out of breath. I don't even know how many kilometers I've run at full speed. She's still walking behind me, walking. With all the effort of someone out for a stroll, but she never fails to lag behind, like the image of a ghost seared into my proverbial rearview mirror. There's nothing funny about the situation, but I can't help but laugh. A stream of laughter bursts out. I keep running. My body screams that it might collapse and die if I continue. But still, I keep running. It's clear why I have to run. The second she catches me, she'll kill me. I don't have any basis for thinking that, but I know better than anyone that I'd be fooling myself if I tried to laugh it off. I don't need reasons or evidence. It's just how the world works, to reap what I've sown. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. Since I killed her, she now has the right to kill me. It's as simple as that. It's a simple fact that my life will end the second I get caught. Still ended up here, huh? I fall, sprawling pathetically on the ground. I didn't even stumble or trip. My limbs just couldn't carry me a single step further. Well, what if this had happened, like, on the street? I crawl across the ground to the wall. With my palms against the stone, I will myself to get back up on my feet, but it's no use. The second I lift myself up off the ground, my knees give out, and I fall back down with a thud. I can no longer move my body, not even an inch. I throw my head backwards and wheeze for air. It hurts. I can't get enough oxygen at all. My brain is starving. Can't think. I can't make sense of what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Why? How? Is the woman I killed still alive? I cut her down perfectly, though. Or perfectly. Thoroughly. I massacred her in the most extreme way possible. Wait a second. I need to check something. I think there's a video game doing a thing right now. Okay. Sorry. We'll see if there's an extra sound that starts up. Anyway, so how could she be waiting outside of my school? Oh yeah. I cut her down perfectly, thoroughly. I massacred her in the most extreme way possible. So how could she be waiting outside of my school? How could she just sit there and smile at me when I arrived? It's also weird that he said that, considering the fact that he killed her in, like, a delirious state of mind. So it's like, you'd think he'd, like, doubt reality, but I guess that's technically what he did in the first route. So this is supposed to be, like, where he actually is like, no, I definitely killed her. I'm aware enough, I guess. That's right. I definitely killed her. And yet, why? The sound of footsteps coming closer. A subdued noise that echoes through the alley. The woman shrugs her shoulders as if disappointed and speaks to me as I lie slumped against the wall. She faces me with a carefree smile. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know what to make of her expression. Still wearing that smile, she brazenly enters this closed-off alleyway. Oh, did he leave the knife behind? Oh, really? Oh, wow. A black object lands in front of me with a light thud. My bag. I hadn't even noticed I'd lost it yet. Oh, wait. Maybe it was where he dropped it when he first saw her? No, hold on. What did she just say? Incriminating. Did she just say incriminating? Shit, I've got to get out of here. I urge my legs to move, only to push my back harder into the concrete wall blocking my way.
だってここ袋小路だもん。おまけに人気もないから邪魔が入る心配もないし。
The woman looks oddly cheerful. A dead end, with no one around. I look around in a panic, then curse myself for my stupidity. Why the hell did I decide to flee here of all places? It's like I'm begging to be killed.
長かったな。あれから18時間、ようやくあなたを捕まえた。
18? How would it be 18 hours? Because right now it's like 8 o'clock, probably. So he killed her at 2 p.m.? Or wait. That would be... wait a second. Yeah, it would be 2. Okay. The woman takes another step towards me.
お前
何？
お前は確かに。
ええ、昨日あなたに殺された女よ。覚えていてくれて嬉しいわ。
It's a response I at least wanted to hear, regardless of whether this is real or not.
ふざけるな。死んだ人間が生きてるはずがないだろう。
そうだけど、そう驚くことでもないんじゃない？単に殺された後生き返っただけなんだから。
The woman says it as if it's nothing, coming ever closer. The space between us shrinks steadily.
生き返った。
I fit in a daze as I digest what she's told me. She came back to life? Does she mean she came back from the brink of death? What, did she go to a doctor and undergo an operation to bring herself back?
バカにすんな。あんなに手足をバラバラにされて生き返る人間がいるもんか。
うん。だって私、人間じゃないもの。
It's weird how sometimes the story makes Shiki sound like weirdly, astoundingly smart, and then you have crap like this. He's like, what? Wait, you didn't get a surgery that revived you from chunks of flesh? Like, no. What? Her words are too simple to interpret any other way. I'm not human. That's what the woman just told me.
人間じゃ。
Yeah, she just said.
当たり前でしょ。手足をバラバラにされて一人でに再生できる人間がいると思う？
No human could. That much is fact. If someone could, they might look like a human, but no way they'd be considered the same anymore. Someone who can die and come back to life. A being that doesn't care if it ceases to breathe. One that can recover fully even after being cut to pieces. Something that may look human, but definitely can't be called one. It appears that's the true form of the woman in front of me. I try to laugh at the situation, but my throat is too wrecked to let out any sound through.
なんだよ。それ。
It isn't funny enough to be a joke. And even if it were a joke, it all fits together a little too well. I mean, she's got a point. If she isn't human, then it could actually be possible for her to come back to life even after being massacred in such a way. Why did they use the word massacred? You don't massacre a single person. Call it like shredded or ripped apart. Eviscerated probably is the best word. Maybe. My mind finally starts to settle down. I recall the words of the one who saved me so long ago. First, I need to take a good look. Then I need to think everything through. That's the type of situation I'm in right now.
人間じゃないって言ったな。それじゃ何なんだお前。
私は吸血鬼って呼ばれてるけど、わかりやすく言えば人の血を吸って生きてる怪物かな。
That's much better. Her being a vampire makes all of this easier to understand. Even I know what a vampire is. It may just be the stuff of legends, but I doubt there's anyone out there who hasn't heard of them. Yeah. Sometimes they're also described as bloodsuckers, which is what they are in a nutshell. Monsters that drink blood. Right, vampire. Sounds so ridiculous. Just saying it out loud nearly makes me burst into a mad laugh. I'm going to get killed any moment now, yet I feel incredibly calm about this. What can I say? I just don't have the energy to care anymore. Not that it would do any good. She seems satisfied as she peers down at my pathetic figure. Wait, I thought vampires weren't able to walk around in broad daylight. No, never mind. That's really not something for me to be focused on right now. I think it should be, but okay.
で、その怪物が俺なんかに何の用だって言うんだ。
I blurted out the words in a fit of frustration. The woman looks taken aback for a moment. She crosses her arms in front of her chest, looking me over with a small pout.
驚いた。昨日私に何をしたか忘れたの？あなたは見ず知らずの私を会った瞬間にバラバラに殺してくれたのよ。それで何の用だなんてよっぽど手慣れているみたいね。
She looks more baffled than angry, but I could say I'm equally baffled. I mean, that woman I killed with my own two hands is standing right in front of me, grumbling that I had the gall to kill her.
ちょっと聞いてるの？殺人狂。
ああ、聞いてる。我ながらものすごい悪運持ちだなって今噛み締めてるところなんだ。悪いけどちょっと黙っててくれないか。
Hey, shut up for a second. I need something to blame? That's new. Otherwise, I'll end up destroying myself. I've learned just how bad my luck is, though it's a little late for it. For whatever reason, I was overcome by the urge to kill this woman, so I rode the urge till I'd finished the job. I was so desperate over everything that happened, I was ready to find some way to atone for it all, only to find the person I killed wasn't even human. I break out in laughter. Sorry. But it's not all bad news. If the woman I killed really has come back to life, that means I haven't killed anyone. I might have performed the act of killing, yet she's still alive and well. At the very least, that's something for me to take comfort in. That's right, if I didn't kill anyone, then everything might be fine. Shikitoni could actually go back to his normal day-to-day life. Sure, in exchange for that, I'm now being hunted down by a deranged lunatic, but that's still better than being a murderer. It's still a case of bad luck, but it's bad luck of the very best kind. Though the whole situation might be ridiculous, at least I'm not the only one who's crazy.
いいよ、落ち着いた。言いたいことがあるんだろう。文句でも恨み事でも思う存分言ってくれ。
そりゃあ言いたいことはいっぱいあるけど、あなた変わった人ね。吸血鬼を前にして何その態度。
悪かったな。必死に居直ってるんだよ。そうでもしないと自分で自分を殺しかねない。
If she's going to kill me, I wish she'd get it over with. I've already dealt with my body giving out on me for 7 years now. No matter how terrible the act, I'm prepared to recognize that it really happened. Then again, never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd have to deal with a situation like this in the first place. The woman gives me a drawn-out look. Her gaze is sharp, but I don't sense any hostility. This is also backwards. Isn't it natural to want an eye for an eye? Shouldn't she be itching to pay me back?
何ジロジロ見てるんだ。お前は俺に復讐しに来たんだろ。なら。
ええ、確かに殺されたら殺し返すのがセオリーよね。それがお望みならしてあげるけど、とりあえず今はパスかな。それ損益が合わないから。
Her eyes are firmly fixated on me.
ねえ、反省してる？
え、
My eyes widen in surprise. Her words just sounded so out of place.
私を殺しちゃったことを反省しているのかって聞いてるの。それでね、もしあなたが反省しているのなら許してあげようかなって。あなた、人間にしては嘘が下手そうな感じだし。
反省って、俺が？
あなたがごめんなさいって言ってくれれば、私としてはそれでいいよ。
I can't believe it. And not just the part where my murder victim is telling me she'll forgive me. Can't believe how amazingly gentle she sounds.
もう、こっちが真面目に聞いているんだから、ちゃんと答えるのが筋ってものでしょ。ほら、早く答えて。反省しているのか、していないのか。そこをはっきりさせないと先に進めないんだから。
Do I regret it? That goes without saying.
そりゃ、
But I hesitate before I can finish. Can I do this? I've already admitted my crime to myself, but I still haven't dared say it out loud. Some deep part of me is convinced that if I do, I can never go back to the life I had. But
そりゃ、何？
my tongue dries up in my mouth. My throat goes numb, begging me not to speak. But I can't run from this. It's something I have to face. I think someone who believed in me told me something similar once. If you truly want to live a normal life, then face your own sins. Face your own actions. Never ever look back. Nah, I don't regret nothing.
そりゃ、後悔してる。
Okay, wait. So regret. I mean, wouldn't regret mean that you aren't facing your sins? That you are looking back? Because you're reflecting on your own actions, aren't you? Or maybe it's, I don't know, whatever. It's a Japanese thing.
なんであれ。俺は人を殺してしまったんだから。
I rang my confession from my chest. Just as I did last night in Ciel's apartment. I killed this woman. I killed her with no mercy for no reason. Purely for my own gratification.
そのことを後悔も反省もできる。できるのなら。
If I could be permitted such a cheap gesture.
何度でも頭を下げる。でもそれは意味のないことだ。事実として俺はあんたを手にかけた。だから。
What I did was unforgivable. That she was somehow resurrected is no excuse. Shigitono murdered the very woman he sees before him. I am guilty of a violation of the highest order, of an act of unfathomable violence.
だからあんたは俺に復讐していい。
I feel like he shouldn't say, I won't stop you. I feel like he should say, I accept it or something like that.
俺が逃げたのはお前が怖かったからじゃない。俺は俺自身の行為から逃げていただけだった。
Slumped against the alley wall, I confess my sins to the empty air. It's as if I've finally woken up. I spent the past day in a fugue, in a fragile, transient dream, in a brief refuge from the reality of my own depravity. But now, at last, it's time to pay the piper.
そっか。うん、いい人なんだね、あなた。
I look up at her in surprise. She's smiling. She might call herself a vampire, but her expression is perfectly sweet and honest.
決めた。やっぱりあなたには私の手伝いをしてもらうわ。
は？
Her smile is different now, more meaningful, less innocent. Help? She wants me to help her?
おい、手伝いってなんだ？
I feel like Ciel's gonna show up any second.
だからあなたを許してあげる代償。この町に根付いている吸血鬼の始末をちょっと手伝ってもらおうかなって。
I don't understand any of this.
待て、許す代償ってなんだ？っていうかそんな簡単に許せるのか？ そもそも吸血鬼の始末って、お前自分のことを吸血鬼って言ってなかったか？
ああ、違う違う。私は吸血鬼だけど、町に根付いている吸血鬼はまた別物よ。
Is the Japanese language so bad that you actually have to specify something like this?
あなた、この町に住んでいる人でしょ？なら、最近起きている殺人事件も知ってるわよね。
いや、まあ。
The sudden callback to the familiar news story snaps me out of my worked up state. Somehow the strange circumstances around those murders seem more real than whatever is happening to me here.
そりゃあ知ってるよ。連続通り魔だろ。もう何人も殺されてる事件で、被害者は血液を抜かれて。
The moment I say it, I suddenly realize what the woman is getting at. A very simple conclusion.
そう。私が言ってるのはそっちの吸血鬼のこと。自分を殺せ殺せってあなたは言うけど、私が殺したい相手は今のところそいつだけよ。この殺人犯ってあなたたちにとっても敵なんじゃないの？
My mind is running circles trying to keep up with the influx of new data. Sure, I get the basics, I understand what she's saying, but on some fundamental level, I feel like all common sense has well and truly left the building.
ほんと、人間って非効率すぎて理解できないわ。自分たちで吸血鬼の仕業かと言っているのに、誰も吸血鬼退治をしないんだもの。森が燃えているのに逃げ出さないリスみたい。
いや、だって吸血鬼なんているはずないだろ。
I feel like this is a new dialogue part. Dissatisfied with my response, her lips pursed into a pout. Right. The mysterious creature in front of me did just say she was a vampire as well.
でもそれじゃあ何か。お前はこの町で殺人事件を起こしている吸血鬼を退治してくれるのか？
And you want me, of all people, to somehow help you?
ええ、何しろ予定が大きく崩れちゃって。昨日、なぜか見ず知らずの殺人鬼に襲われて殺されちゃったから。あれは参ったな。もう完璧な不意打ちで反撃する間もなく17個に切断されたんだもの。
It's weird to say that she walked into a perfect ambush. They literally just rang the door or knocked on the door or whatever. She opened it and then they killed her. And it's like, wow, that was the perfect ambush. And it's like, really? They didn't even attack you from behind. They were right in front of you. Like,
初めて見ただけの相手を尾行して殺したら満足して去っていくとかどうなの？ほんとひどいなんてものじゃないわ。言い逃れもできないぐらい完全な殺人鬼よね、そいつ。
also, she could have looked through the what is it called? The door hole or whatever. To look and see who was there. So like, for that reason alone, it's like, that's not quite the perfect crime for that reason. Shit, yeah, that's pretty much what I was like yesterday. As much as I'd love to refute her, I'm fresh out of ammunition.
私だってね、復元するまでは本当にあなたを殺すつもりだったわ。
Wow, she already got done saying all that?
あんな屈辱を受けたのは初めてだったし、復元しきるのに8割以上の力を消費してしまったわけだし。
Also, interestingly, she admits right here that if he did the same thing again, maybe she wouldn't 100% be dead, but she'd be down to less than 1% of her power, presumably, you know? Like, maybe she could come back to life a little bit, but probably not completely.
それより何より、本当にものすごく痛かったんだから。あんまりにも痛いから気が触れそうになるんだけど、やっぱりあんまりにも痛くて正気に戻るの。そんな繰り返しを一晩体験した私の気持ち、わかる？
I'm sorry, but as a human, I don't think I could even begin to imagine what that was like.
それでね、もう憎くてあなたを探したわ。目的である吸血鬼も放っておいたぐらい それだけに熱中した。土地の記録からあなた
Yeah,
の
yeah.
服装があの学校のものだって分かったのは2時間ぐらい前の話。
So, yeah, it's so weird. The timing, it's like, really? The uniform was all it took?
本当は夜まで待って捕まえようと思ったけど、もう1分だって待ちたくなかった。それじゃあってあそこで待つことにしたの。
I guess you could just like ask random people theoretically, like, hey, I'm looking for a uniform that looks like this, and maybe that's enough, technically. So that's why she was waiting for me outside of school. After all that agony, she must have been dying to kill me. But if that's the case...
わからないな。そこまで憎かったのに、どうして俺を許すなんて言うんだ。
そうね。簡単に言えば時間が経って冷静になったのかな。私も力を消費しちゃったことだし、めっためたに殺すよりぐっちゃぐちゃの盾になってもらった方が効率的だなって考えたの。
Squishy, squashy deaths.
おい、今よからぬことを口にしなかったか、お前。
え、そんなこと言った？私。
人のことを盾にするって言った。
She also added some pretty unfortunate adjectives to her description.
何よ、そんなの当然じゃない。私はあなたのことを許したけど、それは私個人の感情に整理をつけただけだもの。あなたが犯した殺害という行為そのものはやっぱり気持ちじゃなくて行為で贖うしかないでしょ。
いや、でしょと言われても。
I expected her to just kill me instead, but being asked to be her shield feels like a totally different kind of compensation. I can't exactly pinpoint what the difference is, but I damn sure have a bad feeling about this.
素直なんだか意地悪なんだかわからない人ね。繰り返すけど、私はあなたに殺されたのよ。想像できないでしょうけど、一度死んでから蘇生するのにはそれなりに力を消費するんだから。単純に殺されるだけならどうってことなかったわ。でもあなたの切り口は今まで見たこともない切断面で、傷口がつながらないから体を作り直すしかなかった。その結果、私は生き返るのにほとんどの力を使っちゃったんだからね。
She puffed up her cheeks in anger. It's rather comical, but oddly fitting. I guess she'd forgotten about her anger up until now, but explaining the situation is making her relive her fury.
とにかく今の私は弱ってるの。二晩も経てば回復するだろうけど、その前に襲われたら打つ手がないの。だからその間、あなたには私の盾になってもらうから。
いや、もらうからって何勝手に決めてんだよ。
あなたのせいでこうなったんだから、それぐらいはして当然でしょ。それともやっぱり反省なんかしてないっていうの？
I'm trapped by her sincere gaze. She's so unfair. All this talk about regret or the courses of action aside, I'd really rather she didn't look at me with those eyes. If you're calling yourself a monstrous vampire, you really shouldn't be going around staring people down with such pure, honest eyes.
お前。
I clamped down on the feelings rising in my chest. I regret my actions. I want to atone for them too. Yet my heart keeps warning me that as a human, I should not be teaming up with this woman.
俺は。
Without any answer at hand, I idly raised my gaze. In that moment, I see a different pair of glowing eyes staring back at me. My entire body tenses up again. Strength returns to my overtaxed legs, and I force myself up from my seated position into a crouch. The woman, following my gaze, turns to look at what has appeared in the entrance of the alley. Behind her is a creature even more out of place in a human city than the vampire in front of me. The woman looks perfectly calm, but I'm struggling to wrap my head around the situation. It's a panther, I know that much, but you wouldn't see one outside a zoo. Anyway, here I am experiencing how terrifying they are. It's a panther. It's a panther. It's a panther. Yeah, I mean, we read this. It's still a panther.
ねえ、あれ、あなたの知り合い？
わけあるか。
I can't help but snap back at something so crazy. I'm an idiot. As if taking my voice as a signal, the panther leaps in our direction. No, that's not right. It's running, but it's going so fast I thought it had leaped at us instead. I can't do anything. The black blur's fangs will sink into my shoulder before I even have the time to process. I can't see it. I can see it. I am keenly aware of how this will all end 1 second from now, but the thought of dodging or moving away doesn't even register. But the blow comes from my side instead. The woman in white shoves me away before the shadowy creature has a chance to bite me. An effortless swipe of her hand is all it takes. Then why did she even move me out of the way? At her touch, I'm flung across the alley as easily as someone might throw a ball, and I go crashing into the wall. I grip my teeth as I slam into the wall back first. Pain shoots up through my spine.
何を。
いいから前。
The woman shouts at me. I look up, expecting the beast to have crashed into the wall behind me. Instead, having lost sight of its target, the panther reacts instantly by spinning in the air and planting its foot onto the wall. From there, it leaps on at the opposite wall. The creature latches itself to the side of the building. Just as it seems to have found its footing, turns its glowing gaze at me once more. My breast is still caught after the chaos. The panther pushes off against the wall and leaps at me like lightning falling from the sky. The woman places herself into its trajectory, deflecting the oncoming bolt with a single hand. She's even faster than the panther, her slender frame even more graceful. It's frightening, unnerving even.
ちょっと、私の方が先約だってわかる。あんまり聞き分けがないと殺しちゃうわよ。
The woman's disposition hasn't changed a bit. As if heeding her threats, Panther cautiously backs away. There's around 3 meters of space between the two of them now. 3 meters is nothing, but okay. Panther keeps its distance. Must have realized difference in their abilities. To a human, that Panther is no doubt a monster, a beast that could easily slay any human. But that woman is on a whole other level, a monster among monsters, a demon that could easily slay any monster it meets. Panther sits still as it observes the woman. Even I can tell how badly outclassed it is. Woman must seem like some insurmountable wall when viewed from the eyes of an apex predator. The atmosphere around the woman changes. The panther hadn't rattled her in the slightest, but the very air around her seems sharper than before. There's no mistaking it. A group of strangers making their way down. They're walking at a leisurely pace in the dim back street, ambling right in our direction. Oh my gosh, they're vampires. Try to get some panthers on the list. Red currents flash across my vision. Rub my eyes just now. Oh my gosh, they're zombies. They come and they possess neither feral instincts nor the pride of the panther. Lurch forward, discarding the woman in white. Why would these creatures have no brain to think, nor a heart to feel? They aren't alive, they can't be. Engulfed in flame, black smoke billowing from their eyes and mouths, yet they keep moving forward. They're dead. They have to be. Their hands are outstretched. Out of this, they were seeking salvation, but from their fingertips drips a thick oil. The drops of oil splash into tongues of flames as they hit the ground. Even from this distance, I realized that the oil-like substance must be their stagnant blood. The woman in white focuses her attention on the things before her. 2 of the 3 cadavers reach for her. The last one turns in my direction and leers at me with its burning sockets as I stand there, dumbstruck. It's got me. The panther uses the fatally short window to strike. It's even faster than the last time it leaped. This time I didn't even register it moving. The panther bears its weight against me as if trying to push me over and runs its incisors down my neck. Tightness grips my throat. There's a constricting sensation at the nape of my neck. It's not my skin though. The collar of my school uniform is being bitten and pulled. Pushed against the wall again. I've been dragged into a dark corner of the alley. The panther roughly presses me into the heaped What am I even doing? I'm berating the panther as it has me pinned down? For whatever reason, it decides not to follow through with its attack. Perhaps the beast realizes it has bigger problems to deal with. Hidden behind some of the waste, I sit up and peer over at the woman. Smoldered dead are brave enough to get within 3 meters of the woman, a feat even the panther dare not try. The moment they do, they are shredded. My head hurts. It feels like tiny thorns are bouncing within my eye sockets. Painful red sensation jabbing at me like knives, like it were trying to deny all I'd just seen.
もうまた無駄な体力を使っちゃったじゃない。
With a resigned shrug of her shoulders, the woman turns to me. She doesn't look like she holds the slightest interest in the corpses she just eradicated.
これもあなたがグズグズしていたからよ。早く決めてくれれば見つかることもなかったのに。
The woman boldly walks over to me as I sit half stunned on the ground. The panther is long gone, for some reason. Must have taken one look at the scene just now, decided it wanted none of it, that the woman was simply far too strong.
おい、今のなんだ？
My headache is concentrated behind my eyes. The pain searing through my cranium seems to be throwing off whatever part of my brain controls my speech. What the hell is this woman?
何ってただの死者でしょ。敵の吸血鬼の使い魔よ。ちょっと珍しいというか初めて見るタイプだったけど。
そうじゃない。お前の話だ。
The sharp sting in my head is begging for some sense of normalcy. She's a monster. The out-of-place panther, those impossible flaming corpses, even they appear perfectly grounded when compared to her. Through a flick of her arm, this woman made a gust of wind with the power of a tornado. Such a monster couldn't coexist among us frail humans for a second.
私？だから吸血鬼だって言ってるじゃない。あれ？
Oh wait, do you know?
もしかしてあなた、
No.
吸血鬼って単語知らない？ここじゃ一般教養だって聞いたんだけどな。
For such a powerful monster, she's pretty dense. I can take advantage of this window to force my strengths into my trembling limbs. That fight just now led her away from the alley entrance. If I run with all my might, I may just have a shot at escaping. Okay. I take a deep breath. Just as I'm about to start running, I catch a glimpse of her face. For some reason, I suddenly feel calm again.
おい、どうした？怪我でもしたのか？
怪我なんてそんなのするわけないでしょ。あんな呪いのにやられるなんて考えたこともないわ。でもちょっとまずい展開になってきた。こうなったら是が非でもあなたには盾になってもらわないといけないみたい。
は？
That's right, we were just talking about that nonsense. Earlier, I thought that she might have been speaking metaphorically about the whole meat shield thing, but now I'm not so sure anymore. She sounds dead serious. She actually wants me to act as her shield against panthers and flaming corpses and who knows what else.
バカなこと言うな、このバカ！今の見てたろ。俺に何ができるって言うんだ。お前一人の方がよっぽどマシだろうが。
そうでもないわ。今ので本当に空っぽになっちゃったから。あなたたち風に言うと生きてるだけで精一杯みたいな。
That how it is now? It doesn't look like it at all, but sure. Honestly, I'm half glad that what I just saw was a last-ditch effort and not something she could shake out of her sleeve at any time. But that's not the issue here.
精一杯とか言われても困る。そりゃできることなら何でもする。でも無理だ。無理だろ、どう考えても。俺にはあんなのを追い払う力はない。悪いけど盾にだってなれはしない。
嘘よ。あなたは私を殺したのよ。そのあなたがどうしてそんな嘘を言うの？
殺したって、あれは。
When I killed her, it was like I'd lost myself. I would help her if I could, but the kind of help she's asking for is way beyond anything I can do.
なら私が眠っている間、周りを見張ってくれるだけでいい。それくらいなら問題ないでしょ。
I can't help but feel myself weaken before those eyes. I can't help her. There's no way. There's no way I can agree to that, no matter how persuasive she looks at me. Women coming back from the dead, Black Panthers burning zombies, all the supernatural forces are just too much for me.
悪いが協力はできない。俺はただの学生なんだ。何を期待しているか知らないけど、協力者なら他を当たれ。
ただの学生っていうのは見ず知らずの女の子をバラバラに切断しちゃうんだ。
That strikes home. My eyes are every bit as abnormal as this woman. But they're not the reason I've ended up here. I could have lived a normal life like a normal human being. If only I'd never met this impossible woman.
違う。俺はお前に出会うまでまともだった。人殺しなんてする気もなかったし、それなりにうまくやっていた。そうだ。あの時だけが特別だった。俺は確かにろくでなしだけど、それだってお前さえ見かけなければ。
ああ、もううるさい。
The pupils of her crimson eyes flare wide. Instantly, the air around her snaps taut. The feeling she gives off does 180. I wonder if her glare alone could stop my heart.
勘違いしないで。あなたは私を殺したの。本来ならここでその首を引き抜いてるところをあなたが使えそうだから助けてあげているだけなのよ。
The world fades into desolate silence. Only her eyes remain. My burning throat and trembling fingers are frozen solid. A cheer of terror raises up my spine. My animal instincts scream in unison. She is right. I did not understand. This is no woman. This is a killing machine in human form. I can't breathe, or rather, I realize that breathing would spell my death. A breath, a sideways glance, a finger twitch, anything if I make the slightest movement. Some unimaginably huge presence will crush me like a bug. That isn't my imagination. It's my instincts showing me my inescapable future. My limbs scream at me to run because I don't want to die. My brain resists with all its might because I don't want to die. I'm dead if I don't run, dead if I do, dead if I stay still, dead if I move a muscle. But if I do nothing, this terror will tear my mind to shreds. But if I do anything, this monster will tear my body to shreds. Oh, I see. She's going to kill me whatever I do. My psyche shatters with that realization. Contradictory flight impulses leave me paralyzed. All I feel is the cold horror of my mind being peeled apart and pulverized piece by piece. My torment stretches on and on into eternity, and then suddenly it's over. I feel like that was a... Well, I don't know. I was just thinking, like, didn't you actually die that way in the Arcuid route? But I don't remember. My knees buckle and I crumple to the ground. Finally released from her suppressive gaze, I wrap my arms around myself. Thank goodness, I'm still alive. Like, because that's the thing, like, he wouldn't follow her now. He just views her as a monster at this point. If anything, I understand less than ever. As I look up at this monster in women's clothing, it's all I can do to stop my teeth from shattering. See, the weird part is that, like, at this point, if you just play along and then just kind of stab her from behind, that'd probably be enough to actually, you know, be significant. Like I said, like, she's on her last legs, and the only, like, yeah, you can say that this guy's her last hope to help her, but, like, there really isn't any reason why she couldn't just go and try to recover in a really hidden location, you know? Just don't go to a freaking hotel, like, sheesh. My voice catches in my throat, but instinctively, I'm already nodding my assent.
よろしい。これで契約は成立っと。
She extends a hand to help me to my feet.
私はアルクエイド。長い名前だからアルクエイドだけでいいわ。心素って区分けされる吸血鬼だけど、あなたはなんていう人？
That might be the strangest self-introduction I've ever heard. I sigh. Either I've accepted my insane new reality or I just don't have anything left in me to argue.
当の式あいにくただの学生だよ。前もって言っておくけど本当に何の役にも立たないからな。
I take the woman Arkwood's hand and climb to my feet. She peers at me intently for a moment, then offers her hand again for a shake.
それじゃあよろしくね、シキ。私を殺した責任ちゃんと取ってもらうんだから。
She grins wickedly, her left hand outstretched. I must be the first and last person in the world to be repaying someone for their own murder.
どうかしてる。
But what else am I to do? Against my better judgment, I shake my hands with this mysterious vampire, this woman in white. Where are we going with this? But again, am I on the right route? You would think, right? But then like like, does it not matter which choice you pick then? That's kind of weird if that's true. One of those choices was just straight up, you know, villainous looking. I actually thought there might be a different opening for the Ciel Route, but yeah, I guess not. Unless... Unless there's like a small change, but probably not. Because they're still showing that they fight there. That's the other thing. Do we ever see Arkwood in her full former royal appearance? It's weird that like they show this long-haired version and it's like, where do you ever see that version? Like I would have assumed that you would have seen her in the that way in the you know, her own route logically. But I guess not, maybe. Now where am I? Oh right, it's that one girl. Or something. Wait a second. Let me... No. Wait, well that's a quick save. That's kind of what I want to do. Wait a second. Wait, wait a second. We'll just save over this one, I think. Yeah, that should be fine. So it's gonna say Ciel Route. That does not say Ciel Route. Let's go to the flowchart. I mean, it's, you know, like, logically, though, right? Okay, wait. Okay, no, this is just all of the routes. So, see... So, okay, so these two don't matter, logically. But then this is interesting, because, like, okay... See, Ciel Route, right? It's pretty obvious here that that's the Ciel Route, but they still don't say that I'm on the Ciel Route. So it's like, huh? Yeah, I think I'm good. Otherwise, I mean, basically, my assumption is that I should just reject Arkwood as much as possible. Just wondering where the next big choice is going to be, though. This is weird. But it also doesn't say that I'm... I mean... It doesn't say I'm on the either route, so... Actually, let me see the flowchart again. Oops. I'm just wondering how much more of the day's left. It's like halfway through. Because I wanted to do something else. But, yeah, I always forget how long these days are. If we get to the part where we're... Okay, we'll see... Darn, that's weird, though. Because there's all these other choices later on, you know? Like, these choices here. Like... I mean, if it's just the same, that doesn't make sense, right? But then, yeah, there's no other choices later because these are all on the Archwid route. When is things gonna change? Where am I? A voice echoes in the darkness. The air is damp. The rotten smell that lingers in the air is eye-wateringly rancid. It's too dark to see a thing. It's driving her into sensory overload. I mean, this might just be a random person, but I am wondering if this is, where is she? That one, her right there. That girl from the, class, you know? But, I guess we'll see. Because, like, it feels like, again, like, feels like, the fact that, like, the sequel to this game hasn't been made yet, and I have gotten some slight spoilers, is really weird. It's like, wait, it has to still be in all of this game then, right? But maybe not. But yeah, I do know that she ends up turning into a vampire, or at least I believe she does. I mean, she looks very different, but I believe it's her. But like, it's not like I understand any more than that. What is this place? She can't remember what happened to her a few minutes ago. Can't remember where she is. She feels like she hears the voices of men in the distance. She feels like she came here of her own volition. If she thinks hard enough, she thinks she remembers taking an elevator. As the elevator descended, she was suddenly struck with the horrible realization that this wasn't just some goofy urban legend, but a dark, dangerous truth she shouldn't have stuck her nose into. Part of her recalls desperately mashing the emergency stop button. But that was then, and this is now. Humans cannot turn back the clock. Time's arrow is asymmetrical. One may traverse the arrow from left to right, but never the reverse. In other words, by the time the girl realized her folly, she was already in hell. Fearing the dark, the girl presses her hand to the wall. Rotting juice coats her fingers. It stinks of spoiled meat. It gives way to her touch. Through her tears, she realizes it must be human viscera, but she cannot bring herself to pull away. Her fingers must trace it to find her way forward. There is no other way to navigate this darkness. She can't escape the steady footsteps that have been following her for some time now. She has no choice but to follow the path, her expression distraught as her fingernails scrape through the slimy guts. With every step, she swears she hears metallic cries of something grinding and twisting across itself within the walls. It's hard to believe some screams like that could come from another human being. The wails are so desperate that they might rupture their throat and lungs. Yet these people have long shed any such concerns and now simply howl into the abyss. But there is little that can be done about their bodies now. Limbless, they are suspended from the ceiling like a mass of bagworms. She ignores the pleas of those who are beyond saving and continues to run. She just needs a light, any light. If she had a light, she could escape. There's a goal you have to reach. That's what the men who guided her down here had told her. They laughed when they said it. So there has to be an exit. She believes it's the only way she can save herself. She knows it's a lie. but she needs to cling to hope if she's to maintain any semblance of sanity. She looks behind her. That's right, she knows she's not alone here. She came here together with her boyfriend. That idiot was the one who suggested it. It's because of him that she agreed it might be fun to try. It's all his fault. She hopes he dies. She hopes he dies soon. She hopes he dies before she does. She hopes his death might lead to her escape. She hopes she'll be the only one saved. She's the special one after all. She didn't do anything wrong. There's no reason she should be suffering. This should be reserved for those who are stupider than her. Those that are dirtier than her, or those who are luckier and more blessed. This has nothing to do with her. She's always been good. She's lived a normal life. She's always been normal. This misfortune should fall upon someone else. The faint darkness fades. A blackness, dark and deep, takes hold. The girl, standing in the middle of it all, stares down at her burning body. The appendages she'd used to feel her way along the wall have burned all the way down to her elbows. When she frantically looks at her body, she realizes her clothes have been burned away. Her skin has turned black and charred, cracking to reveal the sinew and organs hidden beneath. The fat of her flesh sizzles and burns with a flame red and hot enough to captivate her gaze. Thank goodness, the woman thinks, laughing to herself. Finally, I've finally found a life. She cackles, a flaming anatomy model taken with madness. A torch of flesh providing light in the darkness. Then, a sharp stab puts her out of her misery. Her body burns as boiling blood spews from the wound. As if savoring the warmth of her body, it drinks her fresh blood. This hell returns to total darkness. Having finished its minuscule meal, it crosses through this masterless hellscape. Behind it are countless corpses, a river of flame indiscriminately swallowing all who wander the wasteland, whether they be lost humans or the cemetery's dead residents. Breath spills from his lips like smoke. It shambles towards the surface, leaving behind a trace of red in its wake like a twisted slug. It craves the prey that its footman discovered mere moments ago. Okay. Let me go to settings. We'll just wait a second. Because I think I turned this off. Yeah, like if we've already read it, it'll just skip it now. Let's go like that. I think that's good. Okay, we'll just skip through it. I mean, this is all stuff we've seen before. Let me go look. I mean, this could be part of the the experience. Okay, we're gonna pick this one. Wait, no, sorry. Oh, I'm leaving. And maybe it'll be a different, you know, thing. It'll be a different, how do you skip? Is it just this button? Feel a sense of responsibility for killing her, but that doesn't mean I have to accept every restriction she imposes on me. No, this is just quick saving. Wait, what is... controls. Circle. Skip mode? Oh, no. Skip mode on. R1 is skip mode. Let's see if I die. Oh. Wait. What? So it is. Wait a second. Okay. Wait a second. I might have figured it out. I mean, I didn't even look at the solution yet, but I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, logically, again, it's just that a route that would have ended in me dying just doesn't now. But it's weird because, oh no, that's right. She comes after me though, maybe. Wonder if she's still sleeping, never doubting that I'll be there when she wakes. Murdered her, and yet she forgave me. She forgave me, so what am I doing here, sitting on a park bench, staring up at nothing? Gray as far as I can see, leaden clouds reflect on my inner landscape. Sit down on the bench, staring aimlessly at the sky. Think back to last night. Last night in Ciel's apartment, when I confessed my crime and swore to atone for it. Am I just going to abandon that oath now that things have gotten dangerous? Oh, interesting. Well, obviously not to the hotel. I think. Mansion? Oh boy, this isn't a good sign. Guess we'll see. Oh no, it looks like I'm dead. Play dubious hint section? I assume no. I assume I've seen at least this one. Continue? Where does this continue me at? Oh, right. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll try and see if... So I guess it was too much to hope for. But, yeah, like, maybe, again, it did say, like, oh, I should think about Ciel, and Ciel said that I should take responsibility. And so then you take responsibility by going to the hotel. But then it's like, okay, sure, but you probably shouldn't, too. Right? Like maybe you run into Ciel? No? Okay, she's just mad. I think I'm gonna look this up. This is too much. Wait a second, this is too much. Let me... The fact that the Ciel part even showed up is like really bizarre. Like, when would this change at this point, you know? Let me try here. Yeah, it's fine. And then we'll just see what happens. I mean, I assume the same thing's gonna happen, but we'll see. And if it's the same thing, then I'm gonna just look up the solution. Okay. Well, that's not a good sign. Okay, I'll go look it up. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I'll be right back. You know what? I'll just do this, and I'll look into it, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Okay. I think this is right. So I think we just gotta kind of go along with the story here, I think. So she wants the glasses. Yeah, we're not handing the glasses over because we don't want to get on her good side, basically. 1,000 people? Like I'm being like overly negative. Like I'm like, oh, you really think I'd kill 1,000 people type of thing? So she feels like, yeah. Again, we're basically just picking the most offensive things that we can do to not be on her side. I should go outside and investigate. I should stay in the room. Oh, yeah, this is what you have to do, or you die. And then this is the last choice of day 4. Very thrilling gameplay here, isn't it? But you guys remember, I hope. I would hope that you watched the whole thing and then got to this point. Uh-huh. I think this Ciel is going to show up, I guess, at some point. That's my assumption, at least. But it implies that there's some major choices. Yeah, let's just save and, wait, where should I save here? This should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Well, no. No. We'll save here. And yeah, it's been many days since I last streamed. Things are getting complicated, let's just say. So I'm not going to finish day 5, but I'm at least going to get to the next point that matters. So yeah, you slept with her or whatever, you know. Rested or whatever. Just to make sure that I'm on the right track. That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't mind doing this next stream, but like, I want to make sure. Anyway, yeah. Then she shows how she was healing herself or whatever you want to call it. This is very, very exciting. I see. But again, we're okay. So here we go. Search for Vlav right away. Should we? I believe. I mean, this is kind of weird. So basically, if we wait till evening, we're gonna search with Archwood. So that's why you don't. Again, this is why we should be trying. So basically, this is what I was expecting. I was just confused that the Ciel route didn't like start already. Like, really? We do the whole hotel sequence and everything? But yeah, I guess this is what I gotta do, and then the new stuff should come. Oh, maybe. Oh, this is when. Wait. Yeah, I remember this look. I was actually just thinking of this part. I was literally just thinking of this part, though. This is really funny. This really is the turning point? You gotta be shitting me. You seriously think? But this does feel like more meaningful, considering like the previous day we already had a scene where presumably somebody, that one girl died down here. Like they went down the elevator and then, yeah, died. With effort, I managed to keep my cool. That girl must be someone else who came through here, and recently, by the sound of it. The one called Haru presses the elevator button. A mechanical whirring echoes in the darkness. The elevator at least has power. I obey. The two men follow me in and press the button marked B1.
地って見えねえ。そこで一晩過ごしてくれればいい。戻ってきたら乗客の仲間入りだ。丁重に扱って。
I'm trying to remember what happened when you died in this route before. Maybe you just did this same thing, but you were on your own, is my guess.
そうそう、すごく簡単でちからね。時間を潰せばいいだけ。何にも。
Also, these guys are really weirdly casual about the fact that they have to know that these people die down here. Haru doubles over with laughter. The elevator ride takes an oddly long time. Feels like it takes us about 4 floors underground before it stops. The doors hiss open, bathing me in a harsh light. The glare is too bright to see what lies beyond. All I can process is an unidentifiable stench. I peer into the brightness, reflexively covering my nose.
はい、餌一匹追加です。面白おかしく食べられちゃってくださいね。
Again, why are these guys so casual about murder like this? Like, this is pretty crazy. Unless they are maybe all like higher vampires, maybe, but it certainly didn't come up in the Arcuid route. And a boot to the back propels me out of the elevator car. Suddenly, I'm weightless. The drop is much longer than the couple of meters I expected. Did they stop the elevator in midair? I land in a pool of water beneath the elevator. I must have fallen about 5 meters. As my face breaches the water surface, I see the elevator still hovering overhead. Haru, the one who kicked me out, leers down at me. First things first, I make for the edge of the pool. The water is viscous and cloudy. Just being in it could be dangerous. I swim the 10 or so meters to the bank and haul myself out. My mind and body are both reeling. I look around, my shoulders heaving as I gasp for air. That damn light is so bright that I can hardly make anything out. All I can tell is that I'm in a relatively open space, with smaller paths branching off in all directions. The ground beneath my feet feels like stone. And then there's the smell, the stench of rotting flesh, of stagnant air, of urine, of feces, the reek of an underground reservoir gone hopelessly foul. Wait a second. A look up was a start at the sound of rushing air. I know what I just heard. Next comes the scraping of approaching footsteps. I look around, shielding my eyes from the light, and see figures that I can only describe as corpses shuffling into view. Their eyes are bloodshot, their muscles slow from their bones, their clothes hang in tatters. A weak noise spills from their mouths, neither a sob nor a scream. They look exactly like the zombies I encountered in the alley, except they aren't. They're human. My blood runs cold. That's when I see what is coming in their wake. Only then do I understand which is alive and which is truly dead. My warning would come far too late. They're all the way on the other side of the pool. I'm in no shape to swim that far in the few seconds I have. No! A desperate scream cuts through the silence. A human scream, the scream of someone dropped down here just as I was, left to rot for days on end. The lights and sounds of the elevator have drawn them here in search of help, like moths to a flame, like a lamb to the slaughter. Wait a second, I'm gonna try something. Okay, good. I just wanted to stop the fast forward thing. Laughter rings out from inside the elevator. My head feels like it's about to split in two. Bile rises in my throat. The footsteps shuffle closer. My instincts scream that if I stay here, I'll suffer the same fate. Terror spurs me into a run. The elevator, suspended 5 meters above the ground, might be my only way out, but staying here is too dangerous right now. I dive blindly into the darkness of the nearest passageway. My heart cries out that it can't run any further. I slump to my knees. My legs feel like they're about to fall off. I rest my back against a slatted wall. Tilting my head back, I breathe cool air into and out of my burning lungs. Finally, I start to regain my senses. This is insane. What the hell is this place? The stench of oil and flesh and blood hangs thick in the air. A glistening layer of animal fat coats the walls. Layer of animal fat? The path slopes gently but inexorably down, as though leading to the bowels of hell. Inexorably? I straighten my eyes against the darkness. What I've been resting against isn't a wall, but a sturdy iron grill. A sturdy iron door. The bars of a prison cell. Tearing my gaze from the empty passageway, I look inside the cell to see oversized maggots, a meter long. Okay, that's kind of weird. The indistinguishable remains of once living creatures lying scattered on the grounds, their limbs torn off to prevent them from escaping. A violent nausea washes over me like I've been struck over the head with a club. A burning lump rises in the back of my throat. I can't. They'll smell it. It'll attract them to me. I slam my head against the bars to reset my brain. Oh no, they'll smell it. I'd better make this loud banging noise. But it's not enough. This place is too much. I can't stay here. I can't spend a moment longer looking at this nightmare. My reason, my sanity, perhaps my very being, some fundamental part of me is about to break. I have to get out of here as soon as I can. I'll go back to the elevator, sweet talk the guards somehow, convince them to take me back above ground. I smash my head against the bars once more, this time in anger. The pain helps me suppress my irrational instincts. I feel sick. I feel sick. I feel sick. My own idiocy makes me want to vomit. My resolve is... Yeah. My resolve is rock solid. What a fucking joke. I fight back the chill creeping up my spine with sheer scorn. I'm furious with myself. All this time I've been nothing but talk. I had all sorts of lofty ambitions. Exterminate the vampires. Save as many lives as possible. Only to run away crying the moment I saw my enemy's true face. Out of contempt for my own weakness, I smash my fist against the bars. Go on, take a good hard look at your own rotten heart. You're driven by self-importance, not righteousness. You thought your mystic eyes made you invincible, and you called that arrogance resolve. The noise is guaranteed to attract their attention. Even so, I continue to beat my fists against the metal. Dozens of lives burned to ash in the hotel. Me, the lone survivor. And my original sin at the root of it all. I was only trying to prove my usefulness so I could continue running from my guilt. Instead, I ignored Arkwood's warnings, let my overconfidence fool me into thinking I was something I'm not, into thinking I could be helpful. I was a godforsaken child trying to purchase my forgiveness by ingratiating myself with the person I had wronged. What a kind of weird the way he's interpreting what's going on, but okay. I bite back the howl of fury rising in my chest, hold back tears of shame welling in my eyes. This is the price of my own naive decisions. I overestimated my abilities, misjudged my own character, let my inflated ego lead me into a vampire's lair. Until I accept that, I can't move forward. I may just be forcing myself to put on a brave face, but I finally calmed down. I feel like the last time he was here in the Arkwood route, I think he just kind of just gets bum rushed by like a whole bunch of zombies and that's it. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. All I can do now is keep going. I look back inside the jail cell I've been resting against. I stare at the walls packed tight with corpses. Naive though I might have been, I came here for a reason. Now I burn that reason into my brain. So what if I'm a fraud? If I can't shake this feeling of survivor guilt, I'll just have to take it to the grave. If disgrace is the fuel I need to get myself out of this nightmare, I'll burn it to the last drop. That's all I have left to hold on to. I remold my hypocrisy into a facade of courage and take a firm step forward. I think this might be a good stopping point. I was like trying to think like, where is a good stopping point? Yeah, I mean, I'm still only like halfway-ish through day 5. So, I mean, we still have quite a bit of time for day 5, I would have to assume. So, I think this is a good stopping point. Thanks for watching. Let's see, next. Well, wait a second. So, the correct decision here leads to just talking to her more, and then we fight Vlav in the second half of the night in the original version. So then, yeah, what is going to happen in this version? Seems like a lot would happen. I mean, the Vlav fight was quite a lot. I didn't think the Vlav fight happened on day 5, because then that would mean that Vlav is dead by day 5, by the end of day 5, you know? Like, that's pretty crazy. But then again, yeah, day 6 is pretty short. Day 7 is just a lot of talking, I think. Not even really exposition. And then day 8 is where things start getting a bit more, and then day 9 is a big deal. Sorta, kinda. So, yeah, I guess it's hard to tell where things are gonna go from here. But yeah. So, you know, wait, yeah, I'm just gonna make a new one. Yeah, there we go. We're on the Ciel Route. There we go. I guess what really mattered was searching for Vlav on day 5. I mean, I don't know how important the other decisions necessarily were either at that point. Kind of weird that this is what she looks like on her route and this is what she looks like on her route. It's kind of odd. Maybe it changes. I don't know. That's kind of odd. But yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Tired of playing the game? Ain't it a crying shame? I'm so tired. She's tired. Been tired of love. Give her some pain. She's had a bit of love. She's not a snake. From below like a... Let's face it. Everything below the